No, I think it's tough when you go anywhere new. I met a kid from America I think it was Arizona, just turned up in Nashville. I've met people from Florida. I met a guy from Florida a few years ago, just turned up because somebody said, "You're really good, son, you should go to Nashville." So they just turned up with no money, nowhere to stay, nothing. And I think, so I would say, number one thing, have a plan. I mean, even if your plan is, I've got a couple of $1,000 and I'm going to find a job. That's if you're American. If you're from overseas, then you've got the whole little visa dance to do. I never worked illegally. Honestly, I never worked illegally. I knew I wanted to be here from the very first time I ever actually landed in the States on vacation. It felt like home. The States felt like home. Nashville, even more so. So I knew I wanted to be here, and I knew that running the risk of working illegally for money was just not an option, because if they find you, they can kick you out for up to 15 years. And I couldn't bear that thought. So I came backwards and forwards 2, 3, 4 times a year, and just kept my contacts going, wrote over the internet where I could. I had a co-writer, Shelley Jacobson in Canada. We wrote by phone every Saturday. It was noon for me and 5 p.m. for her, so she'd feed her kids and husband, and then, he'd look after the kids and we'd write. And we wrote by speakerphone. That was way before internet and Skype and all that stuff. And I just kept coming back here, and then eventually I talked to a couple of people. I talked to Richard Auger, who was the guy who got me coming over here, and a couple of other publishers that friends of mine had set me up to meet. And they said, you're writing really solid stuff, and I think it would make a difference if you could be here. And I was teaching high school at the time, so I thought, I need to ask for a year off maybe and see how it goes in a year. And then I thought, well, my family were going, don't you give up teaching, you get a pension. And I'm going, great, stay another 30, 40 years in a job I hate. And then, for what? I could have a heart attack or walk under a bus the week before I'm due to retire, and what good would that money be? As opposed to, I would never know what I could have done if I'd have come here. So as it happened, I had a fight with my boss who was in the wrong, and he gave me a year off, and then they extended that to another year off, and I just decided I was never going back. And then, so I just stayed, and I sorted out an O1 visa for those foreigners among you. An O1 visa is an alien of extraordinary ability. So somebody must have thought I was either an alien or I had extraordinary ability. And basically for that you need a sponsor, and you need a bazillion letters of support from people in the industry here who said, yeah, she's really good, we'd like to keep writing with her. But you also have to prove you had a career in your home territory. So I toured with Charlie Pride, with an artist I used to work with. We worked with George Hamilton V, and we'd been on festivals in Europe. And we'd done a load of stuff on the English country circuit, had awards and nominations and all that sort of stuff. So it was easy to prove a career over there for me. And then I got an O1 visa, moved here with that. That was good for 3 years, but that only allowed me to work in the music industry. Good luck getting a job in the music industry. But at least it meant I could work for somebody who was in the industry, so I could do office work for somebody. I could do demos and stuff like that. So I renewed my visa a couple of times and then decided to go for a green card, because I just didn't see myself living anywhere else. So here I am 18 months later. And the green card is just another whole little process. So start to finish, I think I still owe various attorneys in the region of $15,000. So you have to be prepared for that. O1 visa is about $3,000. I think green card's about $3,000 to $5,000. If you think you need to be in Nashville or another music centre in the States and you're not from the States, then that's the only option. Get the visa, get the green card, make sure you do it all legally, and then you're not breathing, you're not looking over your shoulder all the time. You can actually relax, you can try and make a living.